So a Ghanaian pastor by the name of Israel Joseph Esun was said to have been arrested by the Ghanaian police after he buried his 2-year-old son alive in a room at his church premises. Somewhere around late May 2025, the 2-year-old boy was diagnosed of eye cancer at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, where the doctors told the family that it is very difficult for him to survive. The chances are very slim, so they would advise that the family take the boy home and spend their last moments with him. He has probably been in the hospital for a period of time undergoing treatments. So at this point, it seems like there is no cure or possible solution for the little boy. So the doctors informed the pastor, who was said to also be a CEO of one Yeshu Agiamie Herbal Center. You are a pastor and at the same time you are an herbalist. Doctors told the family that it is very difficult for him to survive. The chances are very slim. So they would advise that the family take the boy home and spend their last moments with him. While the family members were still in the hospital, arranging their things and all that to leave, the father secretly took the boy home without notifying the boy's pregnant mother and the other family members. He took the boy home, took him straight to his church, dug a shallow grave in one of the rooms, and buried the 2-year-old boy there alive, and went back to the house. And he didn't inform the wife, he didn't inform anybody that this was what he did. When the wife, Christiana Makati Esun, popularly known as Mami Ama, came back and could not find her son, so she started asking the husband, "Where's my son? Where is our boy?" After much pressure, the husband told her that, "See you, I took him to the church. Since the doctors told us that his chances of surviving are very slim, I took him to the church, I dug a shallow grave and buried him there alive. So at this point, he's even dead." I can't even imagine the pain that news would have brought to the wife. And the wife was said to be heavily pregnant. In fact, she was 8 months and 3 weeks pregnant at that point. At this point, the wife quickly informed the other family members and the police. This man was not just a murderer, but a woman beater. The wife said the husband would beat her even with her pregnancy. As she's heavily pregnant, the husband would beat her, that he has been beating her on different multiple occasions, and she has been reporting to the family, but nothing has been done. I don't know how a pastor, how an acclaimed man of God will be that evil. You beat your pregnant wife and you don't even have human conscience or sympathy. You buried a 2-year-old boy alive. Even if you felt like, okay, you've wasted a lot of money, it's not like you were asked to take the boy home and start buying drugs and all that. So you're no longer spending any money. Even if the boy would die, you are not the only parents. Leave the child alone. Let the mother at least be with him for the last moments like the doctor advised. What was the point of going to bury the boy alive? Probably the father was feeling there is no point wasting money when they already know the boy will die anytime. So he felt like the best thing to do was to bury the son alive. Finally, on the 3rd of June, the husband was said to have been arrested by the Accra police. And I am very pleased, because this kind of person is not even safe for the society. Someone who could carry his 2-year-old son and bury alive. Yes, the doctors may have told you that the boy may not survive or his chances of surviving are very slim. Why not do as they say? They say take him home, spend your last moments with him. If you feel like you don't want to spend your last moment with him, allow the mother do so. It is not an easy thing to give birth to a child and you see your child alive, yet you want to kill him. So you felt the need to bury him alive when the boy was still alive and breathing. There is no human conscience in you. There is no human sympathy. You looked at your 2-year-old son who is breathing. You dug a grave and buried the boy alive. Why then are you a pastor? Why are you a pastor? Me, I feel like since you are a pastor and they've told you the boy may not survive, what you should have done was gone to your God, pray, ask for God's healing. Why bury the boy alive? You have ulterior motive. And besides, looking at the man's church is giving me more of herbalist vibe than a church. Because yes, he's said to be a CEO of an herbalist center. This is confirmed because the church isn't even looking like a church. I don't know. Probably he's just an herbalist disguising to be a pastor, disguising under the umbrella of pastor. May God just have mercy on us. May the little boy soul rest in peace. And I pray the Lord carries its full course on this man, because this kind of person is not safe for the society. And may God not give us this kind of evil people as husbands. May God not give us killers as husbands. Because someone who can bury his 2-year-old son alive, the wife's life and the unborn child's life is not even safe. As we speak, the Accra police are still conducting their investigation to find out the major reason why Mr. Israel buried his 2-year-old son alive. I also want to know, because this is your son. It's not like it's another person's child. This is your son. Why were you in a hurry for the boy to die? Why didn't you wait for the boy to die before burying him? And why did you do it without informing your wife or any other family member? I also want to know, because the whole thing is very fishy. I don't know. The boy wasn't even dead. You went and hurriedly buried him. What was the rush? This was your son. This was your child, your own flesh and blood. So I also want to know why the police are conducting the investigation to find out the major reason why he buried the boy alive. I also want to know, because I believe there is more to this than what we are seeing and what we are hearing, that he just did it because doctors told him the likelihood of surviving is very slim. Doctors told you the likelihood of surviving is very slim. You as a pastor, why didn't you have faith in God that miracle could happen? If you don't even have faith, how do you expect members of your church to have faith? Because I heard that the church is quite popular in Accra. If you as a pastor, you don't have faith in your God, how do you expect your believers to have faith, or your church members to have faith? Your child was diagnosed of cancer, and doctors told you that this boy would not make it, and the best thing you feel you could do was to quickly go to your church and bury the boy alive. I've seen cases where some churches, they say people fall sick, doctors have even given up on their cases, and then the man of God pray, then sudden miracle happen. Why didn't you have faith that something like that could happen? Because I personally, in a way, I believe in prayer. So why didn't you pray and leave everything to God? Why were you in a hurry to allow the boy die? Or why were you in a hurry to kill the little boy? Why were you in a hurry? What exactly was the reason why you were in a hurry to kill him? I also want to know, because currently he is still under the custody of the police, as they are still conducting investigation and making inquiries as to the major reason why he buried the boy alive, because he has not given police any reasonable reason. According to him, the only reason he buried the boy alive, it may be true. It may be true, I don't know. According to him, the only reason he buried the boy alive was because he has lost hope, that doctors told him the child may not survive. So he just wanted to end his agony for him earlier. He wanted to end the little boy's pain for him earlier, or he wanted to end his own pain and torture of seeing his son struggling, which was probably the major reason he buried him alive. I don't know. But then, you should have thought of your other partner. She is also a human. This was the person who carried the child for 9 months. Didn't you for a second think of how the mother would feel, what her thoughts would be? You just woke up, made your decision as the head of the family. I can't continue seeing my child struggling, or I can't bear the pain of seeing him and knowing that he may not survive. So let me just quickly go and bury him. Come on. I just feel there is a lot to this. I just feel he did not bury him alive because he just wanted to end the boy's agony. I feel there is even more to it, being an herbalist. A lot may be inside, I don't know. What's your take on it? What's your thoughts? Kindly drop it under the comment section. So just before I forget, the name of his church is God Host Favor Chapel, and it's situated in Accra. So if you are attending that church and you know this reverend, please kindly drop it under the comment section, because I am very interested in this church. And I learned it is very popular in Accra. So if you attended, or you were attending God Host Favor Chapel and you know this reverend a lot, please kindly enlighten us more about him under the comment section, because I want to know more about him. No news yet, no information yet if the church has been demolished or is still very active, which is why I want to know. So if you're in Accra and you attended that church, or you know more about the story, please kindly enlighten us under the comment section.